Gold medals are on the line, and so is World Glory. This is the final day of the 2023 World Bowls Indoor Championships here at the Warilla Bowls and Recreational Club. World Bowls Live right here with you. Val Febo here with you, and joining me as she did for most of the day yesterday, Alan Faulkner. Alan, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Val, and very excited for today's play. We've got a feast of bowls lined up.
We certainly do, and this morning it is the mixed pairs featuring Australia's Kelsey Cottrell and Aaron Sheriff against Scotland's Julie Forrest and Michael Stepney, the defending singles champions from last year's event. After that, it is Caitlin Inch against Julie Forrest in the women's singles final, and then following that to conclude the tournament, it is Aaron Sheriff against Andrew Kelly. So we do have a feast of bowls for everybody today at Warilla. It is going to be a wonderful exhibition of the sport, starting with this contest here. The Australians, the home nation, against, well, an informed Scottish pair.
They certainly are in form, and both Julie and Michael are not a stranger to world bowls. So they're both very accomplished players in their own right, but I know that Omar and Kelso will be very up for this. They'll be very keen to come away with a gold medal and a world title.
Certainly, and Aaron Sheriff, he had a lot of bowls on the green yesterday, played his singles round of 16, quarter and semi, as well as his mixed semi last night. And those two singles matches, the quarters and the semis, he won it with his final bowl. So it was pretty unbelievable to see him get through in that fashion. And it was Aaron Sheriff, as well, we know and love him, and then Michael Stepney. You had to duck out halfway through that one last night, but you missed an absolute cracker of a contest in that mixed pairs semi-final over Guernsey.
So I heard, and that's exactly what you want, isn't it? Going down to the last bowl on the tie break. That's where that toss is so crucial around who gets the last bowl and gets the final say on the game.
And yeah, it was unbelievable, and the Marians played so well last night, and were very, well, it was a match where you would have liked to have seen two winners, but unfortunately only one can progress, and it was played in really good spirit. Michael and Julie have a really good rapport on the green, and both the lead battle was sensational, the skip battle was sensational, and I'm expecting that to be exactly the same today. And Kelsey will be striving, I think, to try and grab a gold, considering her singles campaign is over. So she'd really want to make up for that with a pairs gold today.
Absolutely, and everyone will be out there doing their very best and looking to put on a spectacle. So we'll just go quiet now as we've got the presentation formally welcoming the players onto the green.
We've got three fantastic finals today. Firstly, the mixed pairs. At 12 p.m. will be the ladies singles final, and at 3 p.m. will be the men's singles finals. So to introduce the players to you for the mixed pairs, representing Scotland, Julie Forrest and Michael Stepney. And representing Australia, Kelsey Cottrell and Aaron Sheriff. Ladies and gentlemen, the green is yours. Good game.
There you go, the presentations
If I can ask that
are not done yet.
put mobile phones off or on silent, and please keep movement to a minimum during play. Thank you.
All right, now they're concluded.
And here we go. First jack is cast for this final.
This is what a lot of these bowlers play for, world glory. Aaron Sheriff has won World Bowls event gold medal, and that was at the 2012 World Championships in the fours.
That was an incredible tournament for Australia.
It was.
Adelaide.
Every single Jackaroo came home with a gold medal from that event. Absolutely stunning. Bowls Australia just did a feature on the 10-year anniversary of that with interviews with all of those Jackaroos, so you can go back and watch those. I was lucky enough to chat to the men's forwards team, and also Kelsey Cottrell and Beck Van Ash for that.
And of course, they won the pairs.
I did. Kelsey just starting with a bowl behind there.
Yeah, just making sure, and she's got the tee. So in this format, for those who are tuning in for the first time today, it is a respot on the tee. That's actually a really good bowl.
Yeah, it is. It's right on it as well. So if that goes anywhere, that Kelsey Cottrell bowl will be right on top of it as Julie Forrest aims to join her there. This, of course, 2 sets of 7 ends. And if we're still tied up at that point, we go to a 1-end shootout, a 1-end tiebreak to determine who wins the contest and who walks home with gold. The bronze medalists, England's Kirsty Hembrow and Martin Puckett, as well as Guernsey's Alison and Ian Marion.
Really good adjustment there from Kelsey.
Her line has been pretty spot on both occasions.
Let's see what Julie's response is here. Michael likes it.
She was unbelievable last night, Julie Forrest against Alison Marion. That lead battle pretty much set up whoever won the end. If the lead won, it was very often that nation ended up going on to claim the shots at the end of the end.
Yeah, they're both very seasoned campaigners. They've been around the circuit a long time, so they would not be phased, and they always produce the goods.
Julie Forrest has history on the line for herself this afternoon when she faces Caitlin Inch in the women's singles final. She's looking to become just the second bowler in this tournament's history, or second female bowler, to defend her title after Jo Edwards, and third bowler overall after Jeremy Henry as well. So she'd be in elite company.
And it's always nice to make history.
Would be the first Scottish bowler to do so. But we will have a new champion here in the second mixed pairs event at this competition. After that discipline joined in, well, this discipline joined in last year. Good morning to wherever you're watching around the world. Aussies, Kiwis, everyone's supporting.
Good opening bowl there from Aaron. And if we do happen to call him Omar, that's because that's his nickname.
Yes, we discussed that yesterday. Named after Omar Sharif, the actor. He's in Lawrence of Arabia.
Which I embarrassingly had to ask why. I didn't work that out. The penny didn't drop until I'd opened my mouth. Good bowl there from Michael.
Used Aaron's as collateral there and nestles right on the jack. Aaron Sheriff on the forehand now. What will his aim be here, Alan?
Kelsey's just called for him just to try and halve the jack, just to spring it back to their one that's about 14 inches behind, and he's close. Just got the wrong side of it. He needed thinner edge of it. Good effort. He was in the area.
I expect there'll be a change of hand from Omar up next.
Yes, yeah, I'd imagine it will just be a battle of the draw now, with Omar getting the final say on the end.
As the opposition, it's not something that you really like when you're up against Aaron Sheriff. You don't really want him to have final bowl, but if you want to win ends, that's the price you pay.
Yeah, and all you can do is keep asking questions of a player. That's your job.
And that's exactly what Aaron did against Martin Puckett in the singles semi-final last night, as Michael Stepney is very close, Alan.
This is a great bowl.
And I can't quite see if that's resting on the jack, but it's mightily close.
He's very close here. Aaron will just be looking to reach this. Can he hold?
This might drop unless... No. So, that's 2 to commence proceedings here for Scotland. A great start for them.
Yeah, some really big bowls there from Michael.
Magnificent start. 2-0. Michael Stepney getting the better of Aaron Sheriff early, and the lead battle was as tantalising as ever. But 2 bowls pretty much resting right on the jack, and that second one, Michael Stepney's final bowl of that opening end, nothing short of sensational.
It's always nice when you're playing to get off to a good start, just settles any nerves and gets you into the game.
Exactly, in a final, it's so important that you get on the board early, and that's in any sport. You just need to see a number next to your name, whether it's tennis, bowls, or even a team sport.
A very good opening bowl there from Kelsey Cottrell. And if we're a little bit quiet, it's because we're very close to the players at the mat end for this particular end. So if we go quiet, it's because we're being respectful of the players to give them a bit of quiet when they're on the mat.
Yep. You and I, Alan, our voices do project.
They certainly do.
So Kelsey, what she got here, holding the ascendancy early in this end.
Aaron's urging this up.
Yep, he's clapping it in, and I know why.
Very good bowl from Kelsey.
It stayed up too, so brilliantly done as Julie steps to the mat for her final bowl.
She looks like she's on a good line.
Yeah, she trotted in straight after it. She's walking with purpose. Look at this.
What a bowl. Good
Julie
bowl.
Forrest.
She had to get one in there.
A lot of Scottish fans watching on. Not sure if they're watching from Scotland or not, but it'd be very early in the morning or late at night. 1 a.m. or 1:20 a.m. in Scotland at the moment. Kelsey just can't affect the count, but a lot of options for Aaron Sheriff.
She's got 3 seconds in there. It certainly looks like 1 to Scotland from here.
Marker has indicated such. So, see what happens.
Got the lovely Pam Hocking, ITO, who's marking today. I'll be interested if Omar looks to go early with this one, just to try and punch that bowl out. So he's got 2 bowls to recover if he does get a piece of the jack.
Is Michael Stepney going to negate any chance of that happening? That has gone through the gap.
And they're going to play the other side.
On the forehand now.
Yeah, it's a safer shot of the 2, that is for sure. If he sits down Kelsey's bowl, depends what angle he gets. Can he get down? Great effort. What a shot. What a shot.
Aaron Sheriff. That was magnificently played from the Australian. Now Michael Stepney. The option was on the backhand. If he can pop that jack at all, they've got a lot of back bowls. Julie's calling this one in. And that's exactly what he went for. And I think he's wrestled shot back.
He's got 2.
2.
So Kelsey just giving Aaron both options there. what is very clear is the trust between these two. Aaron followed Kelsey's instruction with that first bowl to the letter. Very close again. What a shot.
Oh, wow. Bowl for bowl. Brilliantly done from Aaron Sheriff, one back to the Australians. And I just want to let everybody know that don't click the scam links that are on here. Tell your friends, don't click any links, because people are not very nice. And the only place to watch World Bowls Live and the World Bowls Indoor Championships for 2023 is right here on the World Bowls Facebook page or Bowls Australia's YouTube channel. If we have the issues that we had yesterday, we've got BA's YouTube to fall back on.
Just going to hang off on that side. He was looking for the cannon on the bowls. Another chance here for Omar to get another one in. He's played 2 brilliant bowls so far on that forehand.
Aaron Sheriff looking to get another one in.
He's urging it up. Can he get to Kelsey's? Just pulling up. Well, it's 1 to Australia, 1 on the board.
What a start.
It's been tremendous, isn't it, the standard?
Sometimes it takes a couple of ends for players to find their groove, but these guys have found it immediately. We expect nothing less.
Yep, they've certainly all come out firing, which is brilliant. Exactly what you'd want from a final.
And the traditional Kelsey, T to T. Very strong length for her.
Yep, she's stretched it out and we'll be looking to back this up.
Good start for Kelsey. Finding a nice home.
And also by putting the jack on the tee, because it is a re-spotted tee, it takes that cover element out of it.
Good tactic.
Yeah, they'll have a game plan that they will have discussed.
With Coach Karen as well. Julie Forrest.
Great reply there from Julie.
Kelsey Cottrell looking to become the first Australian woman, Ellen, to have won a World Bowls Indoor gold medal, a World Bowls Outdoor gold medal, and a Commonwealth Games gold medal.
Well, she's given herself every chance with putting bowls in the head like that. Like I say, always really, really nice to be the first to do something and make history. And it's important that we continue to set those different goals and benchmarks to inspire the next generation.
One won't quite get there, but not a bad effort from Julie Forrest.
Aaron just encouraging Kelsey to reach the head there. She's got a couple of options. Just sitting that bowl away or being tight and getting off the inner bowl.
Mary Speece watching from Laguna Beach in California. I believe that Mary is going to be selected for the USA, or has been selected for the USA for the upcoming World Bowls Championships later on this year. So looking forward to seeing her in Australia.
That will come around very quickly.
Well, this has come around very quickly. We're already in May.
So the World Outdoor Bowls Championships up on the Gold Coast in Australia.
History-making one as well, Els, because the para-disciplines are included for the first time.
They are indeed.
After a pretty successful Commonwealth Games for the Australian para-athletes, you'll be very excited, I believe.
Yep, very excited for the guys to get the opportunity on home soil. And absolutely brilliant that the para events have been included to mirror what happens within the Commonwealth Games. It's a great showcase and shop window for the sport, and I'm sure that all of the para athletes will put on a great show.
It is, and we saw last year Scotland take a clean sweep of the Commonwealth Games para gold medals. All three men's pairs, women's pairs beat Australia in both of those finals, and then the vision impaired mixed pairs as well, as Aaron Sheriff fires down his first of this third end.
His weight was perfect. Just ducking under, but in a good receiving position. Chance here for Aaron. This one's coming down with a little bit more purpose.
Is it going to get through? Ooh, very close.
Great effort.
How has Kelsey's fallen in here? It's a result that they were after to get Julie's words. I think we've still just got it.
And she's got a good eye. Played against her a number of times and she has got a good eye for it. The important thing here is that the head still sits well for the Aussies, and Michael's got to get another one in there for Scotland.
He does, because Australia has a lot around the jack. And if Julie Forrest bowl goes moving, then they're in for a collect. But Michael Stepney, the way he's bowling,
He's played the line so well. Just pulled up.
yeah, if that went a little bit further, that was in the perfect zone. Now Aaron Sheriff will try and obstruct things a little bit.
Yeah, and of course Michael's still got another bowl to come, but Omar will be looking to ask questions of him and put the pressure on.
And he likes this.
This is in the area.
That is beautifully played by Aaron Sheriff, and one down I think becomes two up for the Australians. And it does. Michael Stepney with all to do here. Brilliant finish from the 37-year-old Australian.
Is he 37?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Yeah, cracking bowl there from Omar. Michael just looking at the angles here with Julie. You'll see Julie indicated on the screen there. Just looking to play up for that plant onto the bowls. They'll be looking to damage limitate here, but if they do happen to get some movement to the back of the rink, then they'll come away with one shot.
So he's gone with that controlled weight. What has he got? I think he's in the zone. Almost the result if I had gone a bit further, but it's still two to the Australians. And they take the lead for the first time in this final. The quality already, Els, has been out of this world.
It certainly has, Val, and that's exactly what you hope for, isn't it? So Kelsey sticking with T to T. Certainly worked for them last end.
Such a strong suit of Kelsey's, and watching her in singles play at the Australian Open last year, if she might have been behind a little bit or, early on, finally win an end, and then she switches to the T to T and immediately just gets into her own rhythm, gets the momentum back.
Yeah, it's important as a player that you know your strengths and you've got your go-to strategies.
And that's where, if you know what your strong length is, you can negate the fact that your opponent has final bowl.
Yeah, you put the pressure on.
Yeah, you're right, Lee. It is great sportsmanship from Michael Stepney clapping in Omar's bowl.
Yeah, he's one of the true gentlemen of the game. Always got time to speak to everyone.
Even engaged in a bit of banter with me last night. Heard my commentary just saying, geez, it was close. Millimetres in it. And he looks over and says, well, not close enough.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Good sense of humour.
Kelsey trying to secure shot here. A lot of room for her.
Yeah, this looks like a good line going down.
Nice correction. But it'll drift past. Good home, though. Michael's words, we're still hanging on for shot. Julie can solidify that now.
Yeah, Julie will just be looking to slip round her short bowl, finishing anywhere between the jack and Kelsey's second bowl there. Yep, she's done a job. Just gone probably further than what she would have hoped, but better there than in front.
Hugh asking about the running speed of the surface. It's about 17 seconds, I think. Els, maybe a bit less.
I would say a little bit less, but I would imagine it will get quicker as the day goes on, as the temperature and the crowds increase.
As Aaron Sheriff found it. He'll drift past Kelsey's.
Michael putting his arm out, wanting it to hold up. And Julie calling for it to miss the jack. She didn't want him to halve it to the Aussie bowls.
It looked like it might have for a sec. Michael's still laughing. Aaron Sheriff now.
It's not very often your teammate calls for you to miss it.
But with Kelsey and Aaron Sheriff's bowl sitting precariously there, it won't matter anymore because Aaron Sheriff has taken shot away.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if Michael changes over now. Got a couple of options on the forehand as Julie's instructing there to turn their bowl or to get across to Omar's bowl.
Backhand certainly out of the equation now. Goes through, but sitting now in between those two Australian bowls, which is exactly where you'd want to, just in case the jack did get halved and moved back.
Yeah, he's pretty covered. He can afford to play with confidence with his last one. In the meantime, Aaron's putting another bowl in the head to make it 2 to Australia. Or I should say Australia. I always get pulled up on that.
Australia.
Australia.
We certainly have a way with the English language.
I'm learning the lingo.
Aaron Tees chiming in with a comment here. Omar is not that good. He's just having a 20-year purple patch. Teasy doing great work, both on the green and on social media as well.
I'm sure we'll see him at some point today as a member here of Aurilla.
Works
Bowls
here
Club.
as well. Michael Stepney. He's urging. So is Julie.
Good effort. He's got one away.
So from 2-1, but Australia still do win the end and they extend the lead to 4-2. This one sitting on a knife's edge.
This is going to be a pretty crucial end, isn't it?
Yeah.
In this set.
Of course, if the lead extends beyond or beyond 6 with an end to play in the mixed pairs and 4 in the singles, then we don't play the end of the set because the shots don't matter.
Kelsey, a good opening bowl there. Jack high. Just 3. And Julie coming in here with a very, very good reply.
These two have been on song. There's a reason why Julie Forrest is in the women's singles final. Kelsey's found the gap. Not much of a gap to find, but she found it.
And it's a good spot. Sensible bowl, that. If you miss, you got to miss in the right areas. And that is the right area. Julie on a slightly higher line here. Looking to get down. Just going to get the gap. Again, finishing in a good area. Kelsey chasing this. Is she down to Julie's bowl? Or has she got the jack?
She's got the gap again.
How many times do you see that? Whereas if you're trying to do that, you probably never do it.
I would be no chance. It just shows the millimetres that bowlers are working with and how close they get on so many occasions. That one's gone underneath and Julie and Michael have a little bit of a giggle about it. So Varun Sheriff comes on the forehand here, moves the jack closer to Kelsey's bowls. The Australians could be in for a big collect, but Michael Stepney obviously has 3 to come.
He's trying. Can he rest that bowl?
Still 1 to Scotland, but I dare say Michael will probably need to get another one back there at some stage.
Yeah, he'll be looking just to draw behind the jack, do 2 jobs in one. Looks like he's on a high line. Yeah, he's not going to get back. Good weight.
Indicated by Julie as well. She was happy with it. Chloe Morrison asking what the temperature is in here this morning. Has the aircon been turned down yet? It's the complete opposite. It's been stifling. It's been quite comfortable. Coming from Melbourne, we packed jackets and jumpers and everything and had to take them all off when we got in.
I'm in one layer, Chloe. That will give you an indication. It is a jumper. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a cold morsel.
How did you cope in the English cold then?
That's why we emigrated.
Touche.
Yeah, it was always a standing joke when I'd arrive for a bowls match outdoors as to how many layers I'd got on that particular day.
Did people have a pool going? Beanie, gloves, scarf, raincoat, jumper,
Had it
t-shirt,
all, had it all.
undershirt.
Yep, you name it. Do you remember the Michelin Man?
Yes.
That's what I looked like. Omar just looking to get down here.
He's got it.
He's got the shot. Well played, Aaron Sheriff.
He just continues to ask the question here of Michael Stepney. And we'll see what the Scotsman does.
I think the big thing tactically there was Omar played the simple shot to draw it, get another one on the board rather than going for the big shot to try and make a few.
So William again asking the pace of the green. We chatted about it before, probably around a 16, but probably get quicker throughout the day.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, 15 or 16.
What has Michael got? Oh, that was very, very close. They're looking. They're considering.
Kelsey likes hers.
And Julie obliges. 1 to Australia.
No measures yet, Val.
I think you're right. Julie does have a good eye.
She does.
Having said that, I haven't seen many measures throughout this week. Usually at an event we see a lot of them, but I was only here for a day really yesterday, so that might be why, but didn't see too many.
No, I haven't over the course of the event, actually. But we are lucky that we've got a wonderful team of ITOs here. Without them, the event couldn't take place.
Yep. 3 cheers for our volunteers.
So Scotland must really score this end, you'd think here, Val. Otherwise, they leave themselves looking for a full house in the last end.
Yeah, it'll hurt their chances. And scoring a full count, or even scoring a major collect against the Australians is not easy.
It's just not looked likely, is it, for either side with the standard of bowls? There haven't been that many opportunities to make multiples.
We've seen a 2, 1, 2, 1 and 1. And that's because everybody just continues to ask the questions.
Julie on a good line here, all about weight. And that's the shot.
Kelsey going around the back.
Never wasted there.
Chloe Morrison asking, will they get the Dyson out and vacuum between the games? Not sure they will, Chloe.
Aaron just looking at this head on his way back. Switching over to the backhand. Knows that if he can score 2 here, he's secured the first set for Australia. You can actually feel it getting a bit tense now.
Yeah. Yeah, the banter has slowly eradicated.
Yeah, getting to the business end of this set now.
I realise that a world title is on the line, and the first set, it's vital to have that buffer. If the Australians can score a 3 somehow, they can't lose the set, but a full count will be mightily hard for Scotland to achieve. Having said that, the Scots are looking promising in this end so far.
Lane 2, Omar still got 1 to come. Is Michael going to put the pressure on? Yep, looks as though it's in. It's 3, which would bring them all square.
This is a massive bowl for Aaron Sheriff.
It certainly is.
Kelsey's telling it to get down. Is it going to have the journey? Omar wants it to.
That's a great bowl, whatever, because it cuts it down.
It does.
1 to Scotland. That's massive.
That is huge. From 3 to 1. That's essentially a 2 shots scored there for Aaron Sheriff.
Yeah, particularly in the context of going into the last end.
And the good thing is if they lose the end but don't concede too much, from an Australian point of view, Aaron Sheriff will have last bowl.
Yep, he will indeed. He'll have the final say on the first set. Michael Stepney just ducking under the head there. So 1 to Scotland.
That's massive.
5-3 going into the last end of the first set.
So
I would hazard a guess that Julie will shorten this, Jack.
I think so. That's just the second end that Scotland have won. Haven't won since the opening end of the contest.
Yep, this will be different.
Yeah, much shorter. So let's see how this opening stanza concludes. The beauty of live sport, Els, we have no idea.
And that's why we love it, because you never know how it's all going to unfold. And that's a fantastic start there from Julie Forrest in this final end of the first set.
Good to see a lot of people out here already this morning watching some world-class bowls. Have a couple next to us who have been here all week, came down from Port Macquarie and have been sitting ringside for the entirety of the week.
And quite right too. It's not very often you get international bowls and world-class bowlers showing their skills. That's pretty textbook from Julie. 1 on and 1 just behind when you need 2 to tie the set. Kelsey looking good with a reply here.
So, state of play, if Scotland score 1, Australia wins the set. If they score a 2, we've got a tied set. Scotland score 3, they win the set. If Australia can score it all, they win the set, or concede just 1, it's theirs. All the possibilities still in play.
I'd love to hear you say that again.
I'm going to go with the once. The worst ones that I have are when I try and calculate time zones.
This is a great bowl here from Kelsey. Well played, Kelsey Cottrell. She needed to get one in there and she absolutely delivered.
Yep. Been a bit under the weather this week, Kelsey. Didn't have much of a voice.
She's a fighter.
She is. Drifting around the back for Michael Stepney. Aaron Sheriff willing this one on. This won't hold, it'll come underneath.
Forcing Michael to change his hand. Is he reaching? What a bowl. What a bowl. 2 to Scotland.
That is a sensational bowl. He knows how to do it in the high pressure scenarios. Does Michael Stepney.
He does. That was a great bowl. Kelsey just studying the head here to see where the jack is going.
Aaron asking if he's better going a bit bigger. But Kelsey instructing. And he doesn't go too hard.
She's just looking for a nudge here.
Aaron likes this.
What a shot.
It's opened things up.
One. Yeah, I think it's only 1.
Marker indicating 2.
Well, there we go. From here, it looks like Kelsey second, but clearly not. Omar's bowl finishing in a good place, though. Gives him an option to play something if he wishes.
Can Michael Stepney shut the door? It comes underneath, so Aaron Sheriff needs to get one in for second as it looks here. Marker now indicating 1 and a measure. So, dramatises even more as we hit the crescendo of this first set. Final bowl on its way from Aaron Sheriff.
Will he bend? Will he bend in time?
Kelsey urging it to fall over now. This is the question. What's the score? Umpire called. They will measure that final bowl of Aaron Sheriff. No, they won't. The marker had the chocks underneath it, and Kelsey said, no, not this one. So it's definitely one to Scotland. This measure to determine whether it's an Australia set win or a drawn set. Here we go. Kelsey measuring the second bowl. Very close. I didn't see what the measure was. I think only one. And I think that is an Australian first set win. It is by the barest of margins.
And I think it's probably the first time in about 10 years I've got one right. Wow.
Yes.
You know?
Well done to you.
Thank you. And that was from about 12 metres probably.
You were bang on the money straight away. I tended to agree, but I've been very wrong in these situations before.
Well, it was a very high standard first set. And as I've said time and time again, these first three ends of the second set are crucial. So for Omar and Kelsey, they'll be looking to build and consolidate on that first set win. And Julie and Michael will be looking to fight back to stamp their authority on this game.
Well, Julie and Michael, the momentum is somewhat with them despite losing the opening set because they claim the final two ends of the first. With Australia winning it, they set the length. They stemmed a run of Australia winning 4 ends in a row from end 2 to end 5 in the opener. So despite losing the first set, the Scots are well and truly in this. Kelsey knocks her own bowl over, holding 2, but that will change.
Yeah, it's been a quality game. There's been a lot of changeover of heads. All 4 players playing their part in this world final. Commentators curse there.
Happens all the time. A lot of high quality profiles around here today. Carl Healy, Jesse Cattell wandering around, Aaron Tees, Corey Wedlock, Jeremy Henry. You, of course.
Yeah, it's nice to see the fella Jackaroos and emerging Jackaroo cheering on their teammates.
Neil Dalrymple is around as well.
Yep, World Bowls CEO.
Oh, Julie.
Great effort there from Julie, but a
Found the
very,
gap.
very strong opening end there from Kelsey. Back to T to T.
And that was the strength. That was how things changed in the opening set. As soon as Australia moved it to the T to T length, that was where they got their somewhat run on. Aaron Sheriff sends his first down in set number 2. One hand on the trophy and gold medal, Australia, but Scotland are not out of it. Sheriff sits.
Michael with a good weight there. And tactically, I think the Aussies are going long. Their bowls are slightly flatter line compared to the Scottish, playing with slightly wider bias bowls. And the Scots are doing the opposite, going short.
Brilliantly done from Aaron Sheriff, has closed the door. And I reckon this might be weight.
Yeah, we haven't seen many attacking shots, have we, in this game so far?
No. This may be the one. And it is Michael Stepney.
Attacking on the forehand. Just under.
Wasn't far away.
Kelsey calling Omar to run for cover.
That's smart. Very smart bowls.
Yeah, and importantly, doesn't want to make the head any bigger target for Michael.
It gets around, which it has. That's a good home. So where does Michael Stepney go now?
He's got to play it again. It's damage limitation for him, and if he does get it right, and follow through with it, he's got a chance of scoring. But more importantly for him, he can't afford to drop a multiple, particularly after losing the first set. 7 ends, there is time to come back, but you just want to shift the momentum.
Went for it. Cleared out a few. We'll get another measure. So we hadn't had many, and now we've had 2 in a row.
Yep.
This one I'm not quite sure. I suspect it could be one to Australia, but...
It looks like Kelsey's front bowled a shot from here. Yep.
Let's measure that second as well. So just 1 to Australia. So that's a nice result for Michael Stepney. Really good.
Very good recovery bowl, that. That was the percentage.
So only 2 multiples scored throughout the contest so far of the 8 ends. The other 6 have been singles. Just showing how close this has been. A 1-shot win to Australia in the opening set, 5-4. And a single to start the second as well.
Kelsey not going quite as long in this direction. Yeah, wonderful start there from Kelsey.
How much homework do you think Julie and Michael would have done on Omar and Kelsey before this match? Because obviously, they can go back and watch what the two of them did throughout 2022, winning everything there was to win.
I think that's one of the big changes in the sport over the last probably 5-6 years, that there's a lot more content online, and it gives players the opportunity to go and study their opposition more, so they're not just reliant on times that they've come up against them in other world events. They can see if there's been any changes within their style of play or the patterns that they seem to adopt. All 4 would be very studious in their preparation, very professional, so they'll have done their homework.
Certainly. Especially last year, there was a lot of sample size here in Australia for Kelsey and Omar, playing a lot on the big stages. Whether it was pairs or singles, 4s, triples.
Omar liking this one. Can Kelsey get to the jack, tuck it away? What a shot.
Nicely done from Kelsey Cottrell. This end, really important, I think, for Scotland. I think they need to get themselves on the board
Yeah, they'll be wanting to get control of that jack length.
Yeah, because you don't want to see that you're down a set and then even if it is a single. Oh, that's... I think she might have secured a result there, Julie.
Yeah, it looks like she's got the one there. Very close, though.
Bit of a shake of the head, but she'll take it nonetheless. Kelsey's not sure. Measure. Ian Simpson saying great lead bowls, and it certainly has been really intriguing lead battle as Aaron Sheriff.
Can he hold?
Oh.
Great effort. Makes it very difficult for Michael to get another bowl in that head.
Yeah.
With Aaron just rocking the bowl, I'm sure Kelsey will go in and have another look to see if that's changed from a measure to a one down.
Because it might have just slid forward a little bit. Michael on the forehand now.
Yeah, he'll just be looking to drop around Omar's bowl there with a good weight.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's done. Strong finish with that bowl.
Not a bad effort at all. Kelsey saying one down.
Yeah, that little nudge.
Her instructions gave that away to Omar and he said, are we down? And Kelsey said, yep.
And he's in the area here.
He is. Kelsey loves this. Oh, wow. Aaron Sheriff.
Michael's indicating that he doesn't think it's going to get down.
Doesn't. So one each to come for both Sheriff and Cottrell.
Aaron will just be having a look at the angles here, where it's going to go.
Does he cover the tee just in case? Because there's a big target for Michael to attack if he wants it.
Yeah, I think he's going to look to get the tee, but just split those two bowls, I think. They've got plenty in the head, the Aussies.
But nothing at the back. These next two bowls really big in this game of things.
Yeah, that's a good bowl.
Oh, wow. Beautifully done. So now if Michael Stepney decides to attack and the jack spills out of bounds, the tee at the moment is covered by Australia. Of course, in this respot format.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of risk here for Michael and Julie, really, because his bowl's locked in by Kelsey's wing bowl. So it shouldn't go too far. It all depends how much weight he chooses to play.
Controlled.
Can he bend?
It's getting down. Hits Aaron Sheriff's, and it will be 1 to Australia.
Well, all you can do is hit the target.
It wasn't far off at all. We continue to go up in singles, Alan. 9 ends played, 7 singles scored.
And I think that just goes to show the quality of the heads and the standard of the game. Kelsey finishing in a good spot there. Both leads nailing the line.
Yeah. Kelsey looking to get around. It has done so.
Yep, just got a little flick there. Weight was good.
And that's ended up in a very good spot. So, what can Julie do? Another end here for Australia makes the prospect for Scotland just that little more difficult.
Yeah, and they're going to get to a point where they have to force it. They're not at that point yet. They definitely don't need to hit the panic button. There's plenty to go. But if Australia continue to pick up singles on each end, at some point they are going to have to take a chance to try and get themselves back into the game. But they're definitely not at that point yet.
No. Multiple for Australia now. And then it is, I think, panic stations for Scotland. As Kelsey gets that one into a really good spot.
The thing is, with all these players, they're all very experienced. They won't be phased. They'll have been in these kind of situations before. And they'll just look to play their way through it. But Kelsey has certainly gone up a gear in this second set.
If that's even possible. We know how high a level Kelsey Cottrell plays at. Always on the money.
Yep, she's certainly one of Australia's finest. Just celebrated her 500th cap for her country recently.
Yep. The other Australian player to do that was Karen Murphy.
672. It's impressive, isn't it?
Or 671. One of those.
Pretty incredible. The Queen of the Greens, I think, is Kaz's title.
674, Karen Murphy. What's Michael Stepney done? Needs it to pull up, and it does.
What a bowl.
Brilliant finish. Aaron Sheriff has right of reply. Cue the singles finals. Next up, it'll be New Zealand's Caitlin Inch against Scotland's Julie Forrest, who's right on here now. And then the men's singles final will feature Aaron Sheriff from Australia, of course, and Andrew Kelly from New Zealand.
Aaron there was on the perfect line. A little bit of dialogue here. Julie just describing the finishing positions of the bowls. Pretty sure Michael will end up changing over to the forehand.
Here we go. Michael Stepney. We'll see the bowl very soon, I'm sure. There we go.
Just pulling up with that changeover of sides. Aaron having a look. We'll be looking to see how we can score another end here. Got to be careful of those two Scottish bowls that you can see on the bottom left-hand side of the screen.
They do, and because Sheriff only has one, needs to be inch perfect with it. It's gone big. On the outside of it, I think he is. So Scotland will score. Yeah, it all depends on how many they'll score.
Aaron wasn't far away there. He'd be thinking if he got the back edge, get the jack out, reset on the tee.
So Michael Stepney. Will it get around? Will it be two?
Just going to run through.
But that is a massive result for Scotland. They're on the board in the second set. And you mentioned the first three ends of the set being so pivotal. Well, it's 2-1, only singles.
And I'm pretty sure Julie will go short again in this direction.
Aaron Sheriff saying bit quiet in here. Do you want us to get louder?
Julie going for that shorter jack. Good opening bowl there. Kelsey Cottrell with a wonderful reply here.
Yeah, that is brilliant. Made the adjustments so easily. Four ends to play, including this one, to determine whether Australia are the world mixed pairs indoor champions or whether we go to a tie break. All Australia have to do, Alan, is draw this set. They don't have to win it.
That is correct.
I'm sure they'd rather win it, but they'll take a draw either way. It's a gold medal.
Absolutely, yeah. 100%. Good bowl from Julie. And another great bowl from Kelsey.
That is sensational from Cottrell.
Julie will just be reaching here. Look for the trail of the jack. This is one of her speciality shots. International skip for Scotland women.
Julie Forrest goes around the back, but it's going to stay on the green. Stay inbounds and get pretty close to the tee.
Yeah, sensible shot to play that with that weight.
Not a bad one from Kelsey to finish off her in there.
Yeah, 3 good bowls. Omar will just be looking to change up the shape of the head. That's if he gets the chance to, because Michael will be going first. And I don't think he'll be short, Val.
No.
He's trying to time it.
What's he got?
He's close.
Julie likes it. Oh, sits one of Kelsey's bowls away, but the other one stays where it is, and it's still 1 to Australia.
And a big chance here for Aaron Sheriff just to turn that jack round the corner. Make a multiple and make it even more difficult for Scotland. And he is in the area.
He's not far. Through the gap again. We see the gap come into play.
His weight was perfect.
So the 2 Australians are both at the moment the number 1 ranked male and female bowler in the country. Kelsey Cottrell has held that position for an eternity, it seems. I think more than a year she's been on top, and her lead is now under 200 points for the first time since July last year.
Wow, that's some record,
And
isn't
it's 189, so she's still a long way ahead of second place is Kelsey. Aaron Sheriff has just secured a second. But to be so far ahead.
Well, that's what happens when you win everything,
Yep.
Val, as they both did last year domestically. They cleaned up with the indoor, the Australian Open, the Nugget.
Yep. Aaron Sheriff has Corey Wedlock breathing down his neck. Warilla's very own.
Nicknamed the Bear.
Yes.
And Michael is looking here. Will he hold?
Oh, no. So, this is big. 2 to Australia. 1 to come for Aaron Sheriff. If we see a 3, is it panic stations for Scotland?
Yeah, I think if it's a 2 or 3, I think Michael might look back and think, should I have gone bigger at that head? But ultimately, he was close, and you've got to choose your shot and back yourself based on what you're most confident of getting.
He's close. He's very close.
What a bowl.
He's very close. Is it there? It is 3. And that is a monumental end for the Australians, who move 5-1 ahead with 3 ends to play.
That is huge.
It's the first 3 picked up in the entirety of this match. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3.
Yep, this is another big end here. If Scotland can get a couple on the board here, then it's still everything to play for.
So Jack was rolled into the ditch by Kelsey.
So it'll be a change in length in this direction.
So this is the end for Scotland. They've secured just the 1 multiple in this match, and that was in the very first end. So they need one now. Jason Shutens watching, director of Calvin Rogers.
Hello, Jason. Hope you're well over there in WA.
Good fella, Jason. Lucas Protopappas watching on as well.
And Lucas, one of our Pathways Jackaroos. Good morning, Lucas. Of course, going back to Jason and Calvin, they were gold medalists at the IBA World Blind Bowls Championships up at Tweed Heads recently.
They certainly were.
Yeah, it was a feast of gold for the Aussies.
It was. They won a fair few. Jake Feldberg in and amongst it again.
Yep, and Helen Boardman and Jackie Hudson. Yeah, 5 golds and 2 silvers.
Nice from Kelsey. They look to put the foot to the accelerator. But if we've seen anything, Scotland are never out of it.
You'd never, ever rule these guys out. They're too experienced. They're too accomplished. They've been too successful. Like I said, they'll have been in this situation before, and they'll be looking to dig deep and fight like mad.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and I think we saw that yesterday with how they played against Guernsey. Just ultra consistent, and that's what they've been today. It's been really that last end that hurt them, but they've been in and around it. As Kelsey gets another one close.
She's doing a great job of building the head, giving Omar plenty of options.
Julie Forrest.
Well played, Julie.
Marker is going to indicate. Oh, no, she's not going to indicate. Pam?
She's just waiting for instruction from Kelsey.
1 to Scotland.
And a measure. So that's one of the things that the players are asked to do, to advise the marker so that the marker doesn't have to continually go into the head. Of course, we want to make sure you got the best view possible, and the players try not to stand on the centre line of the rink.
Aaron Sheriff just falling underneath. So this one is as pivotal as it gets for Scotland. As Michael and Julie look to get themselves back into this gold medal contest, a world championship or a world title on the line. Aaron Sheriff already has a World Bowls Championship gold, World Outdoor. And he wants a World Bowls Indoor.
He's urging this bowl. He's urging it. Looks like it's just sat back.
1 to Scotland still. Needed that just another inch.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's fine margins in this sport.
It is millimetres. Roger Barnes, first set, Australia. You can see it up on the scoreboard there. Just in the top left of your screen.
Michael Stepney is looking here. Just pulled up.
Looked good. One bowl to come for both.
Aaron looking to change over his hand with that finishing position of Michael's last bowl.
Australia win this end. They'll lead by at least 5 with 2 ends to play. Scotland win it. There's a sliver of hope.
Kelso likes it.
Is it going to get through? Oh, ever so close for Aaron Sheriff. can Michael Stepney do?
Well, the important thing for Scotland here is that they score the end. Just a question of how many.
Aaron Sheriff a little frustrated with himself in the last bowl, but still in a good position. What has Michael Stepney done? It won't go through. Now they are going to have a look at this. Kelsey wants to measure. You can hear a pin drop in here.
It's tense, isn't it?
It really is. This is a big measure because if Australia somehow win it, although I favour Scotland. Two. There you go. 5-3.
Game on.
Yeah, I actually missed that Kelsey took one out straight away. So I thought they were measuring for the shot, but turns out it was for the second.
They're too quick for us, Val.
Now, how pivotal was Kelsey rolling the jack in the ditch there? Because Australia won the previous end with a 3. And Kelsey had the length. Jack went too far. And Scotland ended up controlling where the Jack and Matt were. How pivotal was that, do you think?
I think it's one of those that they're all world-class players and they can play to any length. And these things do happen. And ultimately, some good bowls were played that end.
Kelsey.
Great shot there from Kelsey.
Nicely played. Julie Forrest is going to drop under.
Yeah, it's still a big hand, that hand, even though it's narrower than this wider side that Kelsey's playing. It's still a big hand. Rink's a beautiful rink. Draws in. It's my favourite on this carpet.
Yep.
Rink 7. Oh, perfect from Kelsey. Just sitting it down on the way through.
The exact result she wanted. So, 1 to Australia still. This end, all the ends just continue to up the ante in terms of importance.
Yeah, they will not want to go into the last end, the Aussies.
No.
Another great bowl from Kelsey. This is textbook.
She has lifted expertly, has Kelsey Cottrell. So, if they can somehow score a 4 here, the Australians. They can't lose. Aaron Sheriff getting it in there. Brett Sellers passing on a hello to you.
Hello, Brett. Brett is one of our para jackaroos.
And Lisa Sandling as well.
Oh, hello, Lisa.
Aaron Sheriff, is he in? He'll drop under. Wants to nudge his forward.
So Australia have also got the tee.
One bowl to come for Michael Stepney to change things. Kelsey's up onto the jack. So that will be shot to Australia. Aaron Sheriff surveying his options. Both wry smiles on their face.
Well, will they be thinking what you've just said around if they get a 4?
Yeah.
It's game, set, match. He's looking at it.
Asking Kelsey her thoughts. There are a lot of bowls around his head. The only problem is you don't want to risk losing the end.
No, Kelsey's just looking at the angles there. See if there's any bad results. They're playing safe.
Because if you win the end, you're still
in pole position.
3 ahead.
Yeah.
Nobody has conceded 4 in this match. Aaron Sheriff aiming to get in for a second here. And I tell you what, he's not far off, but I think he's just drifted over. So 1 to Australia. They take a 6-3 lead with an end to play in the second set. They won the first 5-4. Scotland need a 4 to force this to a tiebreak.
Certainly in pole position with one hand on the trophy. Both Aaron and Michael just having a bit of a chat at the other end there. It's nice to see the camaraderie between the players.
Certainly is. Kelsey fires down her first, and she set up that last end perfectly for Aaron Sheriff, and it ended up being her shot bowl. Ended up claiming the end for the green and gold.
And another great opening bowl from Kelsey, just behind the jack. Kelsey, of course, mostly plays back end. He's going to be skipping the triples and fours in the World Bowls Championships.
She will be pretty strong lineup there. Her triples team, I'll figure in after her bowl here. Her triples team will consist of Dawn Heyman and Lindsay Clark and herself. Her and Lindsay, great friends. And then the fours team, those three and Christina Christic.
Yeah, pretty formidable lineup, isn't it?
On home soil as well.
And Kelsey putting another excellent bowl into the head. And that's the thing with Kelsey, she can play in any position. She's so versatile, got all the shots, one of the best drawers there is in the game.
Alison East bidding you a hello.
Hello, Ali. Hope you're well.
Nicely played from
Very-
Julie Forrest.
Very, very good reply from Julie. She needed a big bowl there.
A 4 will force a tiebreak for Scotland. Scotland score a 3 or less, Australia win. And if Australia score at all, Australia win. We're in pole position for a gold medal here. Aaron Sheriff and Kelsey Cottrell.
Julie has to be reaching with this bowl. Michael's calling it. Seems to like it. Yeah, well played, Julie Forrest. You've done your 2 of the 4 that's needed.
Well. Well, well, well. Aaron Sheriff just needs to keep getting them in there to make it as difficult as possible for Scotland to score that 4.
Yep, that's a good first bowl. Look how sweet Omar got that one away.
Such a beautiful delivery. So guided and measured. Michael Stepney for his penultimate bowl.
He has to get this one in the head to give himself a chance of making that 4 with his last.
Because it's all going to be on that. Aaron Sheriff will try and obstruct that opportunity. It's in the head.
Yeah, it's just run through from what Julie said. Still just 2 to Scotland.
They need to create something big with the last bowl, so Aaron Sheriff will do everything he can to ensure that he avoids allowing them the opportunity.
Kelsey just having a good look here so she can advise Omar.
Final bowl for the set for Aaron Sheriff is on its way.
He likes it.
He does like it. I think he was happy with that result. 2 to Scotland. Michael Stepney with it all to do.
He's got to count but also get a little bit on the jack to bring in his last bowl.
Scotland need a 4. There's nothing the Australians can do.
They just have to stand, watch and wait.
If I was either of them right now, I think I'd be turning around and not watching.
I would say their heart rate's up a little bit. And this is the trouble. You've got no right of reply here.
No. So Michael Stepney purposely walks towards the mat. And this is it. Looking for 4. Michael Stepney wants it to hold. It won't. Kelsey Cottrell and Aaron Sheriff are your 2023 World Bowls Indoor Mixed Pairs champions. The first Australian pair to win in this discipline. And it's fitting that it is those two, considering the years they had in 2022 and to start 2023. Kelsey Cottrell herself becomes the first Australian woman to win a gold at the Commonwealth Games, World Bowls Outdoor Championships and World Bowls Indoor Championships. And Aaron Sheriff has a partner to his 2012 World Bowls Outdoor Championships gold medal. What a match that was.
It certainly was. Absolutely delighted for both of them. They've played really well throughout this tournament. They've been great representatives on and off the green. Omar, of course, has got a second chance to get another world title to his name this afternoon. But both Julie and Michael can go away with their heads held high. They've put on a good show, a good performance. And, of course, Julie will be vying for the singles title in our next match.
She certainly will. It's Caitlin Inch of New Zealand against Julie Forrest of Scotland coming up next. It may be brought forward. We're not 100% sure as of yet, but I think it'll be very soon. But you can like the World Bowls Facebook page and put your notifications on, and you'll be updated as to when we go live. But we'll be back very shortly for Caitlin Inch versus Julie Forrest. But what a match it was. The Australians have kick-started the gold medal proceedings this morning with a win over Scotland. Aaron Sheriff and Kelsey Cottrell, your 2023 World Bowls Indoor Mixed Pairs champions. Alan Faulkner, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Val.
We'll catch you for the men's singles final a little later on today. But up until then, it's been Val Febbo and Alan Faulkner joining you on World Bowls Live. We'll catch you soon.